Tech, you're hearing music, right?
Stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're going to start in just 1 minute. Let me go pee. We'll get this show on the road. And I'm sure true gamers will know exactly what this soundtrack is from.
Yeah, only the real OGs.
It was, well, not the real, I'm the real OG. Our soundtracks were bump, 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 bump from Asteroids. But no, this was the first game I ever tested. I think it was the first game. Yeah, it was the first game I ever tested as a tester at Sony. All right, I'll be right back. Great game, still holds up. All right, there we go. Welcome to Gavin and Games, a new era for the show. It is I, Jaffe. Good to see you guys. Tech should be in your ear there. Tech, can you hear me?
Hello, hello.
All right, there we go. So, by the way, I'm seeing in the chat, Rocker Matt says, Jaffe, did you get a chance to read my suggestions? I don't understand what's happening. We need to figure that out. I got no anything from Rocker Matt last night on my Discord. So maybe I need to accept a friend request or something. Tech, can we put that on the list so we can look? Because I would love to see his suggestions for the show, but I'm not seeing them. I just spit up a little bit because I'm a child. Welcome to Gavin and Games, my delightful friends. It's good to see you. Now, what may be different about this brand new era of Gavin and Games? Let me explain before we jump into things. So I've been doing this show for quite some time, and for the longest time I enjoyed doing it. I stopped enjoying it when I thought my job, which it was to deliver unto you my opinions of the day's video gaming news. And I just got to a point recently, well, it's been building, because I'm sure you guys who are regulars have heard me complain about it enough, but it got to a point where I just couldn't handle the toxic aspect of video gaming. And I don't mean that like I'm some kind of white knighting here and I'm like, I'm going to just be positive. Fuck that. You know that's not true. I'm going to bitch about what I want to bitch about, but I don't want to talk about everything that happens to just be in the news. I want to talk about stuff that I find interesting. And if that is something that you want to, you know, get engaged with and watch and be a part of, I would love to have you, but I can't jump at every fucking flare that gets sent up from the toxic gaming community about Xbox is better and PlayStation. I just can't do it anymore. I'm too fucking old. And I'm too fucking wise. And you should be too. Tech Protect is there in your ear. He'll be looking at the chat. He'll be reading all the super chats, and I will be responding to all the super chats. If there's a genuinely compelling chat that you not pay for, that's okay too. We'll read it if it's interesting. But we will always still be engaging with the audience, but most of it will be through Tech unless you've got something I want to bring onto the show. So I can guarantee the show is a better experience for everyone, not just the person who's chatting. Tech, does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
Did I cover it well? I started, I wonder about people's first jobs. Like, I'm thinking when I was playing this Hook soundtrack here, This was the very first game I tested, and that's not even it. Let me fix the screen. This was the very first game I tested at Sony when I worked there, my first job ever, Sony ImageSoft. And I have great nostalgia for those days. I wonder if everybody's first official job, whatever it is, you have nostalgia for, but it wasn't a summer job, but I started in the summer right when I finished college or got out of college. I guess I was 21, 22, and it changed my life. It was wonderful. And I look back now and I remember that day I walked in, the very first day after I got the job, and they told me how much money I was going to be making, which blew my mind. Because for me, I mean, I was on, I had no money. We were fucked. And when Rich Robinson, the guy who hired me, who ran Sony ImageSoft, said $20,000 a year, I was like, holy shit, this is like a real fucking job. And I walked in the day I got the job, or the day I started working, and I got there very early before anyone else. Beautiful fucking building, gorgeous fucking Sony Music building in Santa Monica. Ironically, or maybe karmically, or whatever, on the same road that Sony Santa Monica Studios was on, and Naughty Dog. And I walked in and my cube was just filled. It was like Christmas. It was like, and at the time, these were the hottest, ones. It was the Super Nintendo, the Sega Genesis, the Sega CD, the Sega Game Gear, the Sega Game Boy, the Nintendo Game Boy. And there might've been one or two others. And it was just that. There was tons of, most of them were shit because they were Sony ImageSoft games, but they were all the Sony ImageSoft games right there. I had my own cubicle. I'm like, holy shit, this is a real fucking job. And the first thing I tested was Hook, which still holds up to this day. The guys who made this game also went on to make Spawn not me, I wasn't involved. Mike Guillaume, who did Warhawk and Jet Moto, was Single Track, was the producer and the designer for the Sony side, did Spawn with these guys. But then it ultimately, for some reason, was published by Capcom. I don't know why. But that was a really good game. You can play that on emulation or you can find it. And then they also did Skyblazer. So great fucking team out of Japan. I have no idea what they're doing now, but this was fucking delightful. So anyway, I think back as the summer rolls in to those early days often, just because it was such a fun fucking job, man. I absolutely loved it. And the people were great, and I still know a lot of the people that I worked with, and they're delightful, and it was good stuff. If you haven't played the game Hook, I recommend it. Maybe I'll play it on the stream someday. Took me forever to finish it, but, what do you want from me? The fact that I finished it should impress you. And then the movie actually holds up, too. I know it's one of those movies that's like the least loved in Spielberg's canon, but I still love it for what it is. Okay, so here's the format of the show. Here's how we're going to do this show from now on. We're going to get up in the morning. I'll tell you a couple things that are on my mind. Then we'll jump to the news if there's any interesting news. If there's something you really want me to talk about, I'll do my best. But if it's like, Jaffe, what do you think about the fact that the teraflop fucking Digital Foundry, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to tell you the stuff I give a shit about. Speaking of, I played a game on this very show yesterday that I would like to bring your attention to because it's one of my favorite things I've played in a while as demos go. There's nothing, it's called Gloomy Eyes, and it is kind of like a cross between Toad's Treasure Tracker on the Wii U, where it's kind of like the puzzle stuff. Not so much that, but enough of that, that with maybe Limbo or maybe Little Nightmares. It's got a little, it's puzzle platform, it's puzzle heavy, but it's not puzzle heavy. Like it feels like, it's like, oh my God, there's the cadence is just puzzle, but the world is great. The story is great. The performances are great. It's a beautiful looking world. It's not actually claymation. I wish it was, just because I love that shit, but it's just, it's very Tim Burton and whatever his animator guy is that he did a couple of his movies with. It's excellent. You can play the demo right now. It's a very short demo. This is on Steam right now. It's called Gloomy Eyes. I guess it's coming to everything. It's possible the demo's on consoles. I don't know, but it's really fucking good. At least what the demo shows. So bringing that to your attention. I'm, of course, still playing Marvel Snap, one of my favorite games of all time. It is not the ultimate lunch game. The ultimate lunch game to me is still Hearthstone, but this is the one I play multiple times a day. I was talking to Shuhei Yoshida on this very show a couple of weeks ago. He said this game is what he's playing right now. Your mileage will vary if you like these kind of games, collectible card game, but more casual. They just dropped, if you know this game, I'm not going to get too deep into it because if you don't, you're going to be bored. But let me just say, they just dropped a season a couple of weeks ago called like Arcana or something, which is like Doctor Strange and Dormammu and Baron Mordo and a lot of these kind of ancient magics and shit. And it really, all of the cards they've put out so far, they've got Merlin in there. I think Merlin was last month. Now Merlin might be this month. It really does change up the game. And I used to be, if I worked my ass off, I could make it to the infinite rank, but I've only done that twice. But I am just dying at the moment because these cards really do create a very different kind of game and I'm having to get my head around it, but I'm loving this. If there's enough people in our community that like the Marvel Snap, we should do like a Gabbin and Games Marvel Snap tournament and just kind of, I mean, I'm sure Gun will win it. He always does, but I'd love to see who the best and the brightest is in this, but it's good stuff. Okay. I also saw this. This is a site. I was telling not the hot dog. This is a site that I go. Somebody was asking me yesterday. Tech, do you remember who this was that was asking me? It's like, where do you discover all these games from? Somebody on the.
Yeah, that was someone in the call from Madhouse.
I don't know who. It was somebody who, if you're watching, it was you that maybe want to remind you of this. So it's like, where do you get all these weird games you play? Because for me, the games I really like to play more, like I know Death Stranding 2 is out and everybody's talking about that. It's got really good reviews. I'm sure, I don't know, maybe I'll play it, maybe I won't. If I died in 100 years from now and I never played Death Stranding 2 or ever picked up Death Stranding 1 again, I would not be surprised. It's just too much of a commitment for me. But I love weird interest, not just weird. I just like things that tickle my brain and things that I've seen over and over and over don't do it for me. So I go to this site, Alpha Beta Gamer. I've talked about it before. It is a delightful fucking site. They basically give you all of the latest and greatest demos and new games and alphas and betas that you can sign up for. The vast majority of them are on Steam for free. Some of them you do have to get into the test, but it's usually not a big deal. And it's just page after page after page of really cool, interesting, unique games that are, you know, not the average shit that you would see on the front page of IGN. And I love that stuff. But I just signed up for the I Am Jesus Christ beta. You goddamn right I did, because I've been wanting to play this game for a long time. I have no idea how it's going to play, but I signed up for the beta. Anyway, the point is, I think this comes from this site, but I'm not sure. But I want to I'll put games to get excited about Fest 2025. Now, I have no idea if this is a showcase that was made by Alpha Beta Gamer or what, but this is exactly how I want game preview shows to be. Every game gets 30 seconds. That's it. And there's no cinematic trailers, no filler, no paid placements. It's just game, and you get 30 seconds. And I'll just show you like a minute of it to give you an idea. I'll just jump to anywhere in it. And I fucking love this. And this is another place that you can find some of the, and they do break it up into categories, right? So this is games to test your brains. Here, horror games right here. And again, these are the kind of games, like a lot of people might look at these and say, Jaffe, these graphics are shit. I don't care. If I'm interested, I'm interested. If the gameplay is interesting, that's what I care about, as you know, if you come to this channel a lot. And so here's a game with, I guess you play meat. It's kind of like that Carrion. Oh, this is cool. I hadn't seen this yet. It's like that Carrion game, but it's from first. Oh, come on. Okay, I hadn't even seen this. This looks fucking awesome. I am much more interested. Now, again, it may be a shit game or a generic game, but conceptually speaking, I would much rather play this game than Death Stranding 2, which is not to knock Death Stranding 2. Get off your fucking little bullshit. I'm just saying that this is like, oh, that seems cool. And that's all they got. They got 30 seconds. We're moving the fuck on. So I don't know. I'll put this link in the chat right now if people are interested in it. But this is to answer your question, though. This is where I get a lot of my games from. And this is what I love. I fucking love it. Shut up, Addy Pie. I see you in the chat. I'm not knocking. I can't do it. I'm not even going to talk about it.
I was going to bring it up. Yeah.
But what Addy Pie said?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people want to see you play Death Stranding 2. Like, maybe it's because of the meme that you're saying. Like, I couldn't care less about a walking simulator game. That's just a movie.
Well, wait. No, that is not what I'm saying about Death Stranding. I am not saying I don't think it's a walking. First off, I like walking simulator games. First off, second off, what I played of Death Stranding 1, I liked. I just don't have the patience and the time. For me to get into Death Stranding 2, I would want to play Death Stranding 1. For me to play Death Stranding 1, it would mean that everything else I'm playing goes away, and it becomes like a job. And I played what I played of it, and I don't believe in sticking with something if it's not compelling you to come back to it, and there are games I will finish. We're going to talk in a minute about this great Silent Hill lore, what do they call them? Twitter feeds. I finished that game because I was compelled to come back. But as much as I did enjoy what I played of Death Stranding 1, it wasn't for me. Leave me alone. Seriously, leave me the fuck alone about that shit. I don't care if you like it. If you like it, that's great. I care in the sense that it's always wonderful to discover a game that you love. And I also understand that if I were to make the time, I would not be surprised if in, let's say 5 years from now, I find myself with a stretch of 2 months where, the internet's down or whatever. I'm not streaming. Whatever. I have 2 months and I don't really have any responsibilities and I am comfortable not having any responsibilities. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to dig this fucking thing out. I would not be surprised if it totally captured me and enraptured me and became one of my favorite games. I am a Kojima fan, even though I consider him full of himself. I love a lot of the Metal Gear games, and what I've seen from Death Stranding looks really cool. I just have no interest in making the time right now. I would rather play things like what you see on your screen. This is not out yet, but I'm excited for it. I really got into collectible card shop runner simulator, whatever, but I'm not a big real life collectible card guy. I'm not a big real life anime guy either, but I like that they're starting to get closer to my fantasy game, which is basically comic book shop simulator. That's what I really fucking want. But right now, this'll a little dabble do you, and this is this is at least better than nothing. So this, by the way, is not out on demo yet. But will I play this? You goddamn right. I like these kind of simulator games. Again, you're like, but Jeff, you're not going to play Death Stranding. You're going to play this. I like this. What do you want? Sue me. I like it. It's fun. It's relaxing. I don't have to think too much. There you go. Anime, blah, blah, blah. By the way, this is Rachel Ashman. Now, I'm going to assume it's a woman, but whenever I see an avatar, it doesn't matter what they are, but I'm just fucking saying I'm going to call them Rachel. I'll assume it's a she. So I found her page or her feed because of this particular one tweet that I saw that she did. And I hope I can find it again. But she did a post. What she does basically is her entire feed is Silent Hill 2 remake secrets. Now, I loved this game. I adored this fucking game. And I had never really played the first or the second one on the PS. I knew what it was. I played it for 20 minutes, went in the headspace, moved on with my life. But I played the remake, absolutely loved it to the point that we did a deep dive on my own. Then I went over to Constellations. We did a deep dive. It's one of the few games I've played where I'm like, there's really a lot. Like, it reminds me of being in literature class in college. There's a lot to take in, to talk about, more so than any other game I've played. Now, Silent Hill 2 may do that as well. The original, I'm not, again, back the fuck off. I can already hear your knives coming out. But end of the day, though, this is the one that connected with me. And I love that. And so what she has is she's just going through and just pointing out all the weird, interesting, neat narrative and surprises. And one thing she had, and I'm not going to be able to find the tweet, was she was talking about, and I never noticed this, but I guess in the hospital, the monsters, and again, some of these things may have been in the first game, so don't come at me. Look how conditioned I am to be defensive, because a lot of you guys are pains in my ass when it comes to this shit. But that was in the first game. Fine, but that's where I discovered it in the second. But she says, and she showed it, but I can't find it. But if you stand in front of the director doorway of the hospital, monsters will come up to you, but they won't attack you, and then they'll run away. And I don't remember the narrative there, but clearly The monsters are kind of like, they don't like the director. Out of all the things they are, they're scared of the director. I thought that was cool. And the whole feed is filled with her analysis of everything from things like that to just small little textures. Oh, here it is right here. If you lure any monster in front of the director's office and open the door, they'll vocalize and back away and run. Here's what it looks like. And then they're off. Then they're like, fuck this shit. That's really cool. Never would have noticed that. Isn't that cool? That's so cool. It's shit like that that just makes this game so fucking awesome. And then she put up another one today. I haven't watched it yet. If you disable all sounds except ambiance in this room in the labyrinth, you'll hear more of the Brookhaven director's whispers. I won't comment on what he says. I'll just say it creeps me out. These are from a 3D sound file, and in-game his voice moves around the room with long pauses and noises. So I had to improvise to get the voice lines on a decent video. A few different sound files are hidden in the game. His voice is in most of them. So here, let's just listen. It's 30 seconds. I haven't heard this yet. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be hearing anything.
It's very subtle.
Is somebody speaking? I can't hear anybody speaking. So I actually followed her and she followed me back. So we were messaging. I'm going to ask her, am I supposed to be able to hear what this is? She says, I'll say that most of his hidden voice lines are sexual and all of it is non-consensual. I mean, the ones I just posted are sexual too, but I think some others are more disturbing with detailed sound effects. I'm fascinated now because, this guy says, I can't hear anything specific. She says, I don't think sleeping to this would be a good idea. You'll understand it easier if you use a headset. I'm going to play it one more time. Can anybody in the chat, Tech? Is anybody hearing this in the chat?
Let us know, chat.
I mean, I hear breathing and gross sounds, but I don't really hear what it is that she's saying she hears. So I'm very curious about that.
I think in the gurgles, there's a one gurgle that I think he says, I'll make you. Really? And then like there's some space of time. And then the second gurgle is like, pleasure me.
Okay. Wow. You're hearing that? Okay. Say it when the first gurgle comes.
I have it max volumed.
Okay. So. Well, I'm going to turn mine up and say it when the first. Okay. Hang on. Right there, maybe?
Yeah, there's words there. I can't hear what that one said.
Isn't that interesting? So let's assume for the moment, all of this, this is an interesting conversation to have with, I think, the director, because, and I've spoken with the director, and maybe he's got time now, I should ask him, but assuming these vocals can be extracted, and obviously, let's say everything you're saying, pleasure me, whatever, blah, 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 and everything she's saying, it's about non-consensual sex and everything. Let's assume all of that is in there. And let's assume it is as deeply buried as it is that we can barely tell and we're just kind of guessing. At that point, the question is, do they feel at a development level that subliminal audio is an effective tool to create, horror? Or is it kind of like, look, Konami wouldn't let us do it. We recorded it. We're going to put it in there. If you discover it, great. Or is this actually, I wonder if the developer's going, we recorded it intentionally. We played it and marbled it into the soundtrack. So you really aren't supposed to be able to consciously pick up on it, but it was one of the many tools that we were using to create a sense of unnervingness? Or was it more like, yeah, we wanted it, but now it's an Easter egg because Konami wouldn't let us? I would love to know what their intention was here, because that's some deep shit, man. That's really cool. I'm really, really excited about this. Okay. Before we get to, I want to look at the news of the day. Let me just see if any new trailers have dropped that are worth looking at. If you guys have seen any trailers that have come out today that you think are worth looking at that are short, I don't want like a 20-minute trailer, like 2 to 3 minutes. Let's watch them. This is one I'm excited about. I have no idea if it's fun or not. It's a boomer shooter. It's called Cyberlich, and I just think visually it's pretty cool. Check it out.
Magic users. The world is shit. Full of fakes, phonies, magic users. There's just no place left in this world for a chaotic neutral barbarian with a GED. I'm at the end of my rope. I gotta go to work.
I mean, I love the style, of course. It's awesome.
Is it a joint in his mouth?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'd like Tech. Do me a favor. See when this is coming out. It's called Cyberlich. I don't know. I look for a demo. I don't see one. I'm glad to see that it is a single player narrative and it's not just a game where they have the arena stuff as a bonus. But I hate games like that. I know some people love them where it's just here's this great art style and then where it's just going to be horde mode. I'm like, fuck you. But this sounds like it's an actual kind of, you get to go through a single player narrative story and it looks like a fucking blast. I hope that we get a demo very soon, but it looks great.
It's looking like it's not coming out anytime soon. It says to be announced, and then other game networks are saying probably not this year.
Okay, got it. Who was it? It might have been one of our members got into the alpha or beta of Painkiller, which I don't know if they're allowed to talk about it, but it might have been Awesome Tatum, maybe. I'm not sure. But I'm interested in that one. Obviously, there's Goosebumps, which I kind of feel obligated to play for. Maybe we'll save that for Madhouse tonight, though, because there's a new Goosebumps game, so maybe that's a Madhouse thing. Let's take one look at one more, unless the chat has a trailer they want to see. Here's a new horror game called Bleak Haven from IGN. Well, they didn't make it, but you know what I'm saying. Here we go. And I will say religious horror is some of my favorite kind of horror. It's the creepiest fucking shit.
Tyler! Where are you?
I'm coming.
I don't know if it's good or not. The gunplay doesn't look very good, but this kind of game looks right up my alley. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Oh, that's cool. That's great. Yeah, come on now. This is my game. I love this shit. Puzzles and shooting and horror. Come on. Visually, it looks fantastic. Well, kind of. It did until I saw those trees up there. Oh wait, that's not a tree. That's why it doesn't look like it. That's cool. Okay. I'm super in. I'm super interested. Reminds me a little the Chronos game coming out from the guys Bloober team that are the guys who did the Silent Hill stuff and Layers of Fear and everything. Apparently, that mechanic where if you don't kill monsters fast enough, they can merge and become kind of a new kind of monster with another monster. That apparently works really well and it's really really fun. So my eye has always been on that game, but I'm very excited for that. Okay, so unless the audience, Tech, let me know, wants to look at a specific trailer they think is worth sharing, I want to talk briefly about this Mina the Hollower. This has kind of been on my mind a lot since I played it, and I just want to kind of talk about it briefly. So give me a quick second.
Yeah, so far no trailers suggested.
Cool.
Although right. Alex, the priest, our buddy, our pastor,
yeah.
Check out the trailer for The Blood of Dawnwalker. It's like The Witcher.
Oh, yeah. But now is that the trailer, or because I know there was like a deep dive on gameplay of that, but have they put out a new trailer, or is it like a 6-minute gameplay thing? If it's like a 6-minute gameplay thing, I'll watch it tonight and I'll talk about it on tomorrow's show, Blood of the Dawnwalker. Because yeah, I agree. That looks really, really cool, at least what they've shown so far. So I don't know if it's Mina. I'm going to say Mina the Howler. And I played this on this show first. I kind of stopped midway through. I came away from it feeling like, I want to like it. I like it, but it's got too many problems. And then I was called back to it for whatever reason, probably my love of Shovel Knight and these kinds of games. And I really, really, really like this demo. And I just want to talk specifically about some of my thoughts on it before we move on to the news. I really like this demo, but I'm confused by it and I'm conflicted by this demo, right? So I'm day one on this at this point because what I played about it, I like. I don't think, and Tech, can you check if you go to Steam, they'll tell you what the 50 most played games of Next Fest were. And this was on the top 50, but I don't think it was very high. Certainly not as high as I would expect a game from the people who made one of the great games the last 15 years, Shovel Knight, 10 years, whenever it was, would be. And I think I know why, but maybe I fucking don't. But so what I will say is I do like this game a great deal. It is really fun. It's a great sense of a throwback to the GBA games. Obviously it's got some modern sensibilities, but I'm also bothered by, now I want to express this well if I can. I'll do my best, I guess. Whatever. Fuck off.
Yeah, so Mina is on the list, but it's in the top 25. It is middle of the road. No, actually.
Yeah, where did it come? Because it was in there, but I was surprised it wasn't like a top 10 played demo.
41.
Right. So out of the top 50, it's towards the bottom. Which again, there were 1,000 demos, so that ain't nothing. But
Wildgate got second place.
Yeah, Wildgate got second place, which was really fucking fun. I mean, Wildgate's a really fun game, and I don't even like multiplayer co-op games. I'll tell you what, we played Peak yesterday, and I instantly loved that. And I rarely get into these kind of cultural flavor of the month games like Repo or Section 1. I like them. I get what they're about. I get why they're popular. But Peak immediately was like, okay, this is really fucking cool. Really fucking cool game. Okay, so anyway, back to Mina though. So I'm trying to figure this out, and I'm also trying to figure out why I like it, but why I'm so bothered by it. And one of the things that I complain about a lot is the onboarding, like communicating what this game is. I think what it is you look at this game and you say, this is supposed to play like you look at Shovel Knight, which was their other game. or their main other game, and you look at it and you go, oh, I know how this is supposed to play. There's going to be quality of life improvements. There's going to be creativity, but you know that it's kind of a side scroller, ghost and goblin, platformy, whatever. You look at this and you assume you're playing like a Zelda game, and you are, but they start to throw in some Dark Souls shit, and they start to throw in this idea that you have to grind in this game unless you're just really fucking good. And for me, when I play a game like this that has the visual expectations, that's why I quit the first time, because I got to the first mini boss and I was just like, I can't beat it. And it wasn't until I went back that I'm like, oh, okay, there's kind of an RPG aspect and there's a Souls aspect where if I die, I have to go back and collect the bones that I lost. And then I have to level up my sword. I have to level up my shield. And then because I'm not the world's best game player, I have a shot in hell to beat this fucking thing. And it's not that that's necessarily bad, although it might be. It's that I'm very curious why... Like, where does the assumption come from that everybody knows how they want you to play their game? Because that kind of game mechanic doesn't match this kind of gameplay, I don't think. Like, even Zelda, if you go back to Link to the Past or Link Between Worlds, yeah, you can grind and level up and get more hearts. But for the most part, if you follow what clearly is the main path, although I get in Link Between Worlds, there's no main path, but if you follow what is kind of the basic way most people play it, you always have enough to solve the problem, even if you're not a great game player. And in this game, it's like, unless you're a really good game player and you understand all the systems, you're going to have to grind. And I wonder if that didn't push some people away. And I wonder why the game doesn't do a better job of explaining that this is kind of what this game is. Or maybe they're just like, look, everybody knows that now. Everything's a Souls game. Everybody knows you have to grind in games today. That's just the modern vernacular. And even though this presents as a game from, 1997, that's not what we're dealing with, right? So I'm bothered by that. It's not the only game I've seen do it. There's a lot of systems in this game that don't really do a great job of explaining themselves, like this thing here. Don't fucking ask me what the fuck this machine does, because I still don't know, and I've played the demo to completion 3 times now. There's something about this number down here. There's something about as you collect bones, and when you get to a certain amount, maybe you can...
It's a level up system.
Well, yeah, but it's not, right? Because you can collect bones, and in collecting bones, there are enough bones that will level up your shield, like 350 for the first one, 900 for the second one. It was like 1400 for the third one, right? And I understand that. And anytime you have those bones in the arrow area, you can use them. But then it's like you can transfer them from this to that or this to that. And I'm like, why? Why am I giving them my bones just to have them shoot back out? Right? I don't understand what's happening.
You're not giving them your bones. That machine converts the gems you find across the map into bones.
No, you don't. You don't just find gems. You find bones.
Yeah, you find bones and you find gems, right? And
you can find a few gems. The gems,
that's the point. Yeah, so the gem currency, right, is a separate currency used for, I think, something else in the game, or maybe later on.
Okay, wait. Hang on a sec. Okay, watch this. I'll show you. Here it is right here. This is what we need. Okay. This right here, you can collect this. It's called like a bone shard or something, or I don't know. And it will retain after you die. You'll be able to keep it or something, a certain amount. Kind of like if you get, I forget what the item is in Elden Ring, that if you die and you're activating that item, you won't lose your souls or whatever they are. But these are the bones that you have to collect to pay for the upgrade. And I totally get that. So it says, right, bone up, whatever, 417. But I still don't understand what the fuck the machine is doing, because I don't need to go to the machine to bone up. I can level up without the machine.
I know, but it's a way to take that bigger bonus or whatever, that crystal currency, and turn it into bones later on. I don't get why they have it there. I'm not a game designer, but
I am, and I
cool.
still don't fucking understand it. So anyway, I don't get that. It's a little confusing, and I'm like, what am I supposed to fucking do with this fucking thing? You know, I think the character design is really, really bad, coming especially from the guys who did Shovel Knight, which is not like Shovel Knight is the world's best character, but it's immediately memorable. And this is just the most generic fucking character I can imagine. And I also, for Next Fest, was playing Tormented Souls 2. And if you look at that game, they redesigned the character, which I think was a smart thing to do. If you go to... So Tormented Souls 2 came out, and this is what the character looked like when they first dropped their demo. And then they did an update that we just got to see in the Next Fest, and they redesigned the character, and she looked like she did, and now she looks, I think, a lot better, right? So this game, Mina the Hallower, isn't out yet. It's not coming out for a while. I'd like to, I just, don't you agree? Is it just me? I mean, run a poll in the chat, but I'd like to think I'm right on this, that this is a really generic, dull, uninteresting protagonist. And I'm not saying don't make it a mouse, but there's just nothing about this character. So that's another thing. But the biggest problem I have with this game, even though I love it and I plan on buying it, is it feels like it's there's some really, what I don't know. I'm going to say the things I don't like and you tell me, because some people will say, no, Jaffe, that's gameplay. That's good. That's challenge. But I find it problematic. Here's an example right here. So she moves, I think it's a she. I believe she moves in 4 directions, right? She goes left, right, backwards, and forwards, or up, down, left, and right. And she attacks in that way. But I think she can jump diagonally, right? So like you're about to see in a second where she... Well, I know it's a mechanic, but it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, watch this gap right here. Oh my God, why are these things so... Here, let me just scrub through it manually. All right, hang on.
By the way, do you know the game Backpack Hero?
Vaguely, but hang on. Okay, watch this. So it... Oh my God, I'm going to fucking blow a gasket. Come on, Jaffe, let's go. Let's go, baby, come on. Here it is, okay. Okay, so right here, the game has been training me. You can move in 4 directions and you can fire in 4 directions or attack in 4 directions. But suddenly I can jump at an angle. So I'm sitting here going, I don't know how to get across this gap. And Tech is watching me play it and he goes, oh, jump at an angle. And he's right. I'm like, why the fuck would I know that I can jump at a fucking angle if I can't attack or move at a fucking angle? It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. There's this really cool mechanic that you'll see right here where she can jump and burrow under the ground like Bugs Bunny, and then she pops up. And I think that's really cool. You can use that for defense. You can use that for getting under places. You know, you can use it to put yourself under something and come up and you're lifting it. The object that was obstructing you, now it's above your head. It's a cool mechanic. But the problem in my mind, again, everything can be explained away as, oh, that's intentional and you're meant to learn that. But I don't know. So if you watch you can't see it, but basically in my mind, here's how you activate it. If you jump and hold the jump button down, she'll burrow. So right here, they jumped and the user at that moment decided, I'm going to burrow. But the hitbox is still active, right? So if an enemy's coming up to you with a big club and they're swinging it and you jump, I expect you to get hit. But if you jump and the button is pressed, which means you've committed to that dive, but you're still in that like 3-frame animation where you haven't officially become underground, you'll take a hit. And I just think it's wrong. I think the player's brain is going, I did the thing. I did what I'm supposed to do. It's basically a parry or a block. But the game should recognize that and turn off the collision on you the minute you hit that and hold that jump button down. Otherwise, it's asking you to not rely on muscle memory. It's asking you to sort of go, yeah, we know you did it, but then you've got to sort of add about a third of a second in your brain to know when you're actually invulnerable, right? The game does a lot of that shit. Like if you charge up your weapon and you get knocked out of the charge, there's no big animation for you getting knocked out of the charge, right? You might get pushed back, but the visuals are such, like they're so chunky that it's hard to tell if she's still charging or not. So you'll just keep the button held down, and then when you release it, nothing happens. And the player's like, what the fuck? And so they either need to add an animation of, oh, your charge has been broken, or they need to let you hold the charge after a hit, right? Or even their visual. The last thing I'll say on this is the kind of the Bush League area of this game. I just, it feels like there's like a B team that they really need to bring in the experts that made Shovel Knight brilliant. And maybe these are the same people. I don't fucking know how they do their work. But there's a lot of slop here like that. Like these black pits, there are parts where these look enough like pits that were good, but there are other parts that you walk right into them and you're like, wait, what the fuck was that? And you're like, oh, I fell into a pit. Or I was playing it the other day and Tech was watching and he's like, oh, you should jump down. And I'm like, what do you mean jump down? And I get that the visuals are meant to be antiquated and they're meant to be a throwback, but there's a point where there are expectations where it's like, okay, like even that, I mean, I can live with this because it's kind of a secret where you have to kind of burrow under that thing. Okay, fine. But when you're dealing like this thing right here is something that you can jump down from, but it kind of looks like a gate, right? So I really, in this game, I don't think comes out till October, November. I really hope that they have the time to go in. Like I would have been like, you can't release this demo like this. You just can't, because, you know, it's going to be out of 50. It's going to be 41st. This game could be a classic, just like Shovel Knight, but it feels like they're just not really tuning it and polishing it, unless you guys are listening to what I'm saying and going, no, Jaffe, that's the Bloodborne of it. That's the Soulsborne of it. We like the fact that you have to calculate your own new muscle memory, that when you jump in the air, it's not when you press the button. It's when she actually visually becomes a burrow effect. And I'm like, okay, I guess. But since that's not an intuitive assumption on the part of most players, where does the developer's responsibility begin and end with that? Like you can justify anything as that's the intention of the game design. I get it. But if it's not intuitive, then I think the game has a responsibility, if it wants to be a success, to onboard people into those non-intuitive systems. Otherwise, you end up like with Shuhei playing Dark Souls for the very first time and going, we're not going to publish this because this is terrible. What are you kidding? I've spent 3 hours and I can't get past the first fucking room. Ultimately, that became a big deal, a boon for that franchise. But I don't know, man. I wouldn't fucking risk it. So that I just wanted to dive a little deep into this. I like it. I'm day one for it. I really enjoy it, but I had to work really hard to figure out what the fuck this game wants from me. And I don't think it's a good idea. I think that's dangerous. And I think the place on the top 50 is evidence of that. I don't know. Maybe they're thrilled with being where they are. I don't know. All right. Where are we at? Any good chat, or should we go right to the news, Tech?
Before we go on to the next thing, chat is very upset. They're sad, Jaffe.
Why are they upset?
Because of the direction of using the morning show to make the produce content for the channel. And so we're going to cut down on the interaction with the chat while we're giving the description of the video games that we're talking about. They're saying, wow, this is pre-recorded. This is awful. All
right, well, don't watch it. No. I mean, I don't have to tell you. When you say the chat, you mean 3 people or 98% of them? Because
it's like Darth Nugget.
Oh, Darth Nugget just wants it. I mean, look, I'm sorry, Darth Nugget. I hear you. This is not going to be what it was. It can't be what it was, you guys. It can't be that show anymore. That show was not growing. It was not working. If you like the communal aspect of hanging out with me and Tech and all the people, that's great. That's what Discord is for. But if we're going to put a show on YouTube, and we do want chat, but we want chat to be about what we're talking about, and we want it to be relevant. If this is just tune into the show to hang out with Jaffe, I'm not interested in that. And I do think the full nozzle open on the fire hose of me engaging with the chat is fun for the people that want to be engaged with, but everyone else is like, Jesus, Jaffe, could you fucking stick to the point? You're talking about Mina the Howler or Hollower or whatever, and you can't stop arguing with Addy Pie about Kojima. And I get that that's funny for some people, but I don't want to do that show anymore. So if this isn't for you, I appreciate that. But if you genuinely do want to talk games and hear my take on games and talk about your take on games, put it in the chat. If it's a super chat, we'll read it. If it's not a super chat, we will absolutely read it, but it may not make the show unless it adds to the show. Obviously, if you're a member, we'll take a little bit more leeway into going, we should probably mention that, but that's the show. And if that doesn't make sense, I get it. Hey, baby, you're going? Yeah. Be safe. Have fun. I love you. Love you. All right, baby. If that's not for you, I totally respect that, but I wouldn't come here expecting that level of constant chat engagement. I don't know if that makes sense to you. In fact, we can always open the chat up at parts in the show. Like, fuck it. Let's open it up right now before we get to the news.
I also want to point out, because Joy Bagadonis is saying, Madhouse too, it's not just this show. The format we're trying to do is make sure the content that we are trying to present is taken care of, right? We, of course, will respond to like super chats that are given, and that's not saying like the only way we'll listen to you is super chats, right? But at the end of the show, right, when things are no longer just like, hey, we have information to present you, we have like content we want to give you, we do go back and we say, hey, chat, talk to us about this, and we're constantly reading chat at that part of the show. It just, right now, we're trying to produce this, get this out there, and then we'll hang out right after.
Yeah, so I can't help you otherwise. But but that's what I'm saying. For me to look at the chat now, here's what happens. Darth Nugget says only about 10 people are chatting. Now that I see that, that's on my mind, and that's derailing the show. Here's what I'll say, and then I am going to move on, because if that's the length of the discourse, I've said what I need to say. But fundamentally, if that's what we're talking about, I don't want to do that show. So if that's not what you want, I respect that, but I can't do that show anymore. So it's this show now. And if you like my takes on games, or you like debating games with me, I would love to do that with you. But if you just want me to sit there and argue with Addy Pie all day, I can't. That's not the show anymore. So, but Discord, we can do that in Discord. Okay.
Yeah. Grasshead for $5 says, have you ever considered creating a movie or television franchise? I love you, Jaffe and Tech.
Well, thank you, buddy. Thank you, Grassfed, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Nobody's slandering. See, again, don't know why Jaffe had to slander me. I'm not slandering you. But have you ever considered creating a movie TV franchise? Well, I used to try, and I sold some TV shows back in college when I was at SC, and I thought I was going to go into linear media, and then it ended up that I got into video games. And obviously, kind of, even though I don't really make any money from it, both of the games that were my biggest hits that I worked on at Sony, Twisted Metal and God of War, both are getting TV shows. And while Twisted Metal never started with the intention of having a TV show, we absolutely started God of War going, let's try to build a huge franchise. And I was thrilled to see in the Sony call last week that God of War, out of every franchise that Sony has, Last of Us, Uncharted, Ghost of Tsushima, all of it, God of War is their number one franchise. And I remember sitting there with Shannon Studstill ages ago, before God of War came out, and saying, when we were setting up Sony Santa Monica and the whole vision statement, people made fun of it because it was so simple, but it was fun games that sell. But Shannon and I were like, let's make a franchise. Let's make something that travels beyond this one game. Even though we were focused on the one game, that was our fantasy. And lo and behold, it's their number one fucking franchise in the entire company, which is pretty fucking cool. Pretty fucking cool, I will say. All right. Let's see if there's any breaking news to talk about. I will say this about Borderlands 4. I am now interested in Borderlands 4. I wasn't, because I played the first one and I was like, it's just, I don't like co-op stuff all that much, but it was fine. And then I heard 3 wasn't great, but everybody who has played 4, like the previews, are saying it is the best one ever. It is not only a return to form. I know you guys hate that phrase. It's not only a return to form, but it is a genuinely great fucking game. So suddenly I am now interested in this when it comes out, I guess, in a couple of months. So I don't know if you guys are Borderlands fans. I always found the humor a little too forced. But I'm suddenly interested in this game. Let's see if there's any.
By the way, mouse in the game, 59% of the audience says too generic.
Yeah, it's super generic.
Tech Protect, member for 13 months, says, "At David Jaffe, can you do a Let's Play of Borderlands 4 with Tech Protect sometime soon?"
That's from you.
I don't know who that guy is, but
Yeah.
member for 13 months. That's crazy.
That's crazy. So listen, what I will say is, yeah, of course. And we need 2 other people, but I don't know when it comes out. And I also don't know if they're going to be expecting every single one of us to buy the game. Does Borderlands do that, or do they have like a buy the game and your friends get 5 hours? Because I'm not going to go out and ask every single person. Just you're looking at a $240, actually more tax, so like $280 investment just to play this game. I'm not doing it. But
Well, no, people can buy their own games.
it doesn't matter. It's just dumb. I think these co-op games are great, but on the most generous side, they should be like Split Fiction, where it's like, or It Takes Two, where I buy it and anybody I want, I can invite to be the second player. But on the most greedy side, I buy it and I get 3 passes that my friends can play for free with me for up to 4 hours. And maybe then they get a 10% discount. But the idea that everybody has to commit to a game they have no idea if they're going to like, they may only like it for a few hours. It's some bullshit is what that is. So
It's the risky play.
I don't want to do. I got too many. We're no longer.
Grass-fed, though,
We're no.
$5.
Hang on. We're no longer in the era where risky plays are acceptable because there's too much competition. It goes back to this game, Mina the Howler, which terrible title, by the way. It's not fun to say, hard to say it. Which is, it's one thing if it was the GBA days and you got the game home from Toys R Us and you're like, fuck it, or you rented it from Blockbuster and you're like, fuck it, I'm going to try this and I don't really get it, but I'm sticking with it. I'm going to the bathroom, I'm pooping, I'm playing. It finally clicks. Those days are over. There's too many games that are free, that are demos, that are service games, that if you actually think that people are going to have the same level of comfort with risk that they had back then, even when the first Borderlands came out, I think you're setting yourself up for a big failure. But anyway, yeah, what does Grassfed say?
Yeah, for $5, it says, for Jaffe's Borderlands 4 fund. I love Borderlands.
Okay, you do or Grassfed does?
Grassfed says.
Oh, well, Grassfed should play with us if he wants. Thank you for that. We appreciate that super chat. And look, I mean, maybe that's what they think. Maybe they think that Borderlands is such a successful brand that there's enough people that'll take care of them. But it's been a while since Borderlands ruled the roost at a cultural level. The movie came out. Nobody even remembers it. The idea that today's younger gamers have an affinity for...
movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Terrible movie. I didn't see it, but the reviews were like 1, 2, 3% Rotten Tomatoes. But the idea that this is going to come out and there's going to be the younger generation that's ready for it, I don't think so. I think you're going to have to make it a very easy, and maybe they're doing that. Let's look it up. Does Borderlands 4 have free pass for friends? I don't know. But there's Shovel Knight, by the way. The point is, I'm not saying that's the world's best character, but it's like, boom, it pops. There's nothing generic about, it's like, what the fuck is this character? You look at Mina the Hollower, and it's like, what? Just boring.
Look up the art for Backpack Hero.
One sec. There is no information to suggest that Borderlands 4 will have a free pass for friends. Yeah, then go fuck yourself. Okay, what am I looking up? Backpack what?
Backpack Hero, the game, right? And then look at the art for the main character.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, here it is. I mean, how many... This is the same... well, I mean, this is a small little game, I assume. Is it on Steam?
No, it's on Steam. It's on Steam.
Oh,
The full game's on Steam, yeah.
It's another... God damn it, man. Just give me the fucking image. I just want an image.
Steam on the left.
Yeah, I know, but I wish it would just default always open to the biggest image sizes so I don't have to go to the tool and say, I want a big image. Of course I want a big image. Okay. Oh, my God.
That's not a big image. Anyways, yeah, like
oh my God.
It seemed like, mouse protagonist hero going on an adventure. Look at the gameplay, like what the gameplay looks like, because it is also like retro gaming style.
Yeah.
Yeah. So retro gaming mouse goes on an adventure.
And it's what's the game that was a PSVR game with the little mouse Moss? It's just it's right. It's just more of the, what are they doing over there? The fuck are they? I mean,
They like mice.
no, I don't give a shit. You can like mice, but come on. I mean, again, I don't think Shovel Knight was a fluke. I think Shovel Knight was a great game, remains a great game. They're a great team. But either they got some great people out and new people in, or I don't know what the fuck they're doing over there. But this is not what they came up with for their main character is the most generic, boring fucking main character. It's like, who did this? Who approved this? I hate to sound like a dick. It's just, it's frustrating because that game has so much potential and it's so fucking cool. And it's like, yeah, when you, I mean, even if you want to make a mouse hero, then go, okay, make it cool. Give it a fucking, a fucking, not even, it doesn't have to be a gameplay gimmick, but fuck, give it a gameplay gimmick. I get that it's a mouse and mice burrow, but you know what? Give it a fucking little Tasmanian devil metallic corkscrew for legs, at least when it does the thing, so it can kind of, but do something with it. But it's generic, boring Pixar crap. No, I won't stand for it. All right. Anyway, back to the fucking news. I don't know if there may not be news. I do like this. There's going to be X-Files Lego. And did you see that X-Files is coming back? They're going to make a reboot on Disney Plus, which I think is great. Look at that. That's awesome. That is awesome.
That is pretty cool.
I'm not even a big Lego guy. I got to get a bigger picture of that. Where can I see that? I'm not even a big Lego guy, and that is fucking cool. Hang on. Oh my God.
Bless you.
Thank you. Look at that. That's really neato, man. Oh, I'm getting this. Oh, that's excellent. So I got to say, I mean, I understand younger generation. Nobody wants to see 60-year-old Duchovny and whatever her name is. But I don't mind I hope they're part of the show. I wouldn't mind if they're actually the guys out in the field, but they'll probably make them like the heads of the agency and shit. But this is cool, especially now with all the disclosure stuff going on with UFOs and shit. Maybe Duchovny's gone crazy. He's like living in the woods. He's just lost his shit. I don't know. I don't remember where the original X-Files ended, but this is a great fucking Lego set. I will be picking this up. It's probably like $600, but still. Really pretty. Really, really pretty. Were you an X-Files guy or no?
I've never seen more than like 10 minutes of an episode.
Why? Because you don't like it?
No, because I didn't watch a lot of TV or stuff growing up. And then when I started watching a lot of TV later on, like after turning like 18. Not for me. Although, have you seen the show Scandal, Jaffe?
Oh yeah, with Kerry Washington.
I don't know.
She's the woman who works like she's a fixer for political people when they get in trouble. Yeah, it's great. I haven't finished it. I got to like the 3rd season or something, and I just got busy and I never went back to finish it. But I loved it.
There's 3 seasons.
Well, I don't know how many seasons there are. Let's find out. How many?
Because I just started season 1 on Netflix, and it is fucking. It's fantastic.
It's a great show. It gets a lot better. But let's see. How many seasons? Scandal. That was Shonda Rhimes' first big hit.
100 episodes. I was like 124 seasons.
Yeah, but still, it'll tell you.
It's a lot of fucking.
It ran
episodes.
for a while. It ran for 6 seasons. So, yeah, it's good stuff. Hearthstone's first in-game pet is only available via a gacha mechanic that will cost most players a whopping $158. Well, you can go fuck yourself then. I don't even know what the pet does. Are you still playing? Pet. I don't even know what it does. Are you still playing Hearthstone?
I've dropped Hearthstone since the last expansion, which was 4 months ago. So like February, around February or January, I just stopped playing.
The King Kush pet is only available through an in-game gacha machine, and the odds of pulling it are less than 1%. What do you do with it? Let's see. What does he do?
Probably find it on YouTube easier.
You pull it. I just want to see what it does, though.
Well, yeah, no, the YouTube video will probably show you exactly what it does, what it looks like.
Yeah. Okay.
Brother Strive says the only good thing about Hearthstone is Battlegrounds. Battlegrounds is good. Yeah, so there's a reveal. Yeah.
But what does it do? So it just sits there? It's just a visual?
It just sits on your fucking board?
mean, maybe it does more than that. I don't fucking know. Pets are interactive cosmetic. Okay, so here we go.
To this, creating this, the artistry, the animations, that stuff you cannot.
Okay, it
Oh,
will
is
make
this
the
Zeddy?
perfect partner and will prepare to enter the lost city of Ungoru. The domesticated dino will chomp and roar during matches like any good caveman's best friend. Okay, so it's just a cosmetic thing that is a little interactive. Who gives a shit? That's
Hate
not,
it.
no, yeah, go fuck off. What else do we got? What's the big news? Oh, they added Shaq to WWE 2K25, which I own and I've barely
Oh yeah.
barely played it. It's
Shaq
good.
is king.
What else? They revealed the Amazon exclusive Little Nightmares 3 set, but I don't give a shit, man, because I'm interested in that the team that did this game has a game coming out which is similar that looks so much better than Little Nightmares 3, and they're both co-op if you want to play it co-op. So while this is a nice little set, I have a lot more interest in it's something called like Animals or Little Animals or Better Animals or something. It looks a lot more interesting. Let's see, what else do we got? All right, whatever. Let's go over to NeoGAF real quick and see what's happening there. Night Dive Studios' next project announcement at QuakeCon, possibly Quake 3-4 remaster. Isn't that funny how Doom came out, the new Doom, and it kind of came and went, like nobody's fucking talking about it.
Yeah, it's not on any of my friends' game list right now.
Do me a favor, when is QuakeCon 25? Look that up if you would.
Right now?
Why are games not getting price drops like they used to? Because Ubisoft wised up and realized, that was one of the reasons they were getting in trouble.
August 7th through the 10th.
All right, maybe there'll be some fun news coming out of there.
You want to go?
No. It's in Dallas.
No, it's
No.
at the Gaylord Texan Resort
It's in
in
Texas, though, right?
Grapevine. Yeah.
Yeah, no way.
I'll take you to Texas.
Let's go to. I'll tell you where we're gonna go. Set us up a Madhouse table at.
San Diego?
No, Pasadena. Comic-Con's done. You can't get in there anymore, and it's too expensive. But there's a thing called Midsummer Scream, which is a midsummer Halloween convention, and we could set up and do a live broadcast from there. It would be awesome. Will you look into that, please? There's two things on the notes you have to look into, right? There's that, and then there was Rocker Matt's DMs, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Rockman, feel free to tag me in the Discord at TechProtect or message me directly. I have not seen your messages.
Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, FMV recommendations. We just started playing that Hello Stranger yesterday. That was pretty good. Who is your favorite game director? I better be up there. I'm not even listed, I bet. Well, I haven't made a game in 15 years, so fuck you. Miyamoto, Kojima. My guess, I'm going to say Miyazaki is my favorite. Let's see what the polls say. Miyamoto, yeah, Miyazaki is tied with Kojima.
first.
Oh, and Todd. Wait. Oh, I can't believe you forgot. Okay, yeah, no. For me, definitely Miyazaki. Kojima I like, but I don't think he's as good of a game designer. So yeah, interesting. Okay. What's the chat? Chad, who's your favorite game director besides me? I know. Let's see. Microsoft plans. Oh, we heard about that. Games. All right. Nothing big. And the last thing I'll check is VGC, which is a really good site. Everybody's golf. I can never get into golf games. People love the Everybody's Golf games, though.
Jeff, do you want a table or you want a 10x10 booth?
I don't know. What are the costs?
$330 for a table, $550 for 10x10.
I think a lot of it, the number one thing to figure out first is, what
Coordinating merch.
is the Wi-Fi, right? What is the Wi-Fi situation? Like, can we broadcast from the show floor? If we can, then that determines it, because it's a great show. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, it's Midsummer Scream. in Pasadena. I think it's Pasadena. No, it's Long Beach is where it is, I think. And it's basically just people who love horror and Halloween. And Halloween Horror Convention, Long Beach Convention Center. I've been twice. They have the Hall of Shadows is great because it's people bring their own haunted houses. We should talk about this in more depth on Madhouse tonight because it's kind of more Madhouse centric. But you know, this is it's pretty great. They have a wonderful vending floor with lots of cool shit to buy. They have Hall of Shadows where people go and they set up haunts you can walk through. Live immersive entertainment. It's a good fucking show. It's a good fucking show. Let's see Barry Bostwick from Rocky Horror. John Carpenter will be there.
Anthony Gonzalez, look at that guy.
Anthony Gonzalez. Oh yeah. Coco. But look at this. This is Art the Clown is going to be there. Joe Bob Briggs is going to be there. PJ Souls.
Oh, look, it says
Nick
Bunny
Castle.
Button's going to be there.
Where? It doesn't say that. That'd be great. I'd love to have Bunny Button there, but you know, she's got to fly again.
Yeah,
No,
she can walk.
We hadn't finished paying for the last goddamn haunted thing we did. So, anyway, whatever. I'm going to put this over to. We're going to talk about this tonight
Put a pin in it.
on Madhouse because this is a very Madhouse thing to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me move that over there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on. Okay. I think that's all the news for the day. Unless there's anything, let's go to the chat. We'll talk to the chat for a little bit, and then we'll take a 5-minute break or 2-minute break. Tech will talk to you, then we'll play some games. I'll tell you what I got queued up today that we are going to play.
Peak?
No, I want to do new games every day. I mean, Peak's great, but we did Peak yesterday, right? So I want people to see new things.
And it was the peak of the content. By the way, for those who don't know, if you weren't aware, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah, what is the deal?
$4 right now on Steam.
And it's doing incredibly well, and everybody talks about it from like a generation younger than me, like it's the knees bees. But I'm like, wait, not Battlefront 2. This is the new one. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the one that was from a while ago, Battlefront.
Oh, like on the original Xbox?
Yeah, apparently that's the one that everybody's playing right now again.
No, they're playing this Battlefront 2 one.
Is it this one?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I already...
The reason why people are playing this one is
it's $4.
there's a big... Yeah, that's what I was saying. $4 for Battlefront 2. If you don't have it, why not, dude? It's fucking cheap as shit. So a big TikTok campaign went out by a couple of content creators that said, I think EA is scared to make a new Battlefront game. We have earned it as gamers for keeping the game alive for as long as we have. So these TikTokers are like, everyone go out. You already own the game. More than likely, you already own the game. Get on the servers. Put in 2 hours a day if you can. 1 hour minimum. That's two games maybe. Just show that we want this game to succeed, right? And sure enough, it got so popular, and a lot of like, you know, bigger streamers were like, yeah, I'm gonna play fucking Battlefront 3. I want to see Battlefront 3 get released.
Although in the chat there, Ricky is saying, and a lot of people are saying there's too many fucking hackers. Right? So I don't know. I've played it.
I think this game has less hackers than like, you know, last season's modern like Call of Duty.
Got it. All right. Well, maybe we'll play
Yeah.
it. Maybe we'll play it. But for today, what I've got lined up is I've got, but again, if you guys want us to play something specific, let us know in the chat. If you pay us $20, we'll definitely play a demo that you want or a game that you want for at least 20 minutes. But right now, what's lined up is Baby Steps demo, Water Park Simulator demo, Morbid Metal demo, and Voyagers of Nera demo. They all look really good. If they suck, I'll turn it off within 5 seconds.
Another game announcement because of the Battlefield 2 price drop. Also, Jedi Fallen Order Deluxe Edition, Star Wars Squadrons, and Battlefront 2 Celebration Edition. That's the one with bonus DLC shit, whatever. You can get all that for $19.45 right now on Steam.
And my understanding though is somebody in the chat was saying that you can get Battlefront 2 on Game Pass and EA Play as well. So
EA Play starting at $6 a month, but
yeah,
$6 a month for EA Play, which is cool.
Yeah, or you can just buy the game.
$4 full game.
Right. All right, Ricky, good to see you, buddy. Enjoy your day as well. All right, so now we're opening the chat for about 10 minutes, assuming you guys have something to say, whatever you want to talk about, and then afterwards we'll play some games. So let me make the chat big on my screen here, and let's. What do you guys want? What do you want to talk about? Jaffe says, Eric, I said the next Xbox is going to cost $1,000. You don't think that's going to happen since they won't be able to sell it at a loss if they open to other. I have no idea. I mean, that I have nothing to do with that. I mean, I'm not calling you out for this, Eric. What I'm saying is, I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. And I don't mean that like I don't care about your question. What I mean is, it's like, I don't fucking know what it's going to cost. You don't know what it's going to cost. You don't know if Microsoft is going to say we cannot afford for us no longer to be a player in the console space because our assumption that we would be into cloud gaming bigger than we are is maybe 2 years behind, so we have to be competitive, thus we'll take a loss. I have no fucking clue. And I'm not talking about the handheld. I'm talking about the new console. So Ravnos, who says the current Xbox is $800, LMAO. It's not LMAO, because this is what I'm saying. I'm not. Why do I not want to spend time with the chat? I have no clue. I have no fucking clue. Don't LMAO at the end. We're not talking about the ROG Ally Xbox handheld. We're talking about the new console that is probably going to be built on the bones of that system, which is you can play Steam games, Game Pass games, itch games, good old games, and probably PlayStation games on PC. So can you understand, chat, why I get cranky with this shit? I just can't. I just can't. Somebody give me somebody else. Somebody give me somebody else's chat before I lose my shit.
Rocker Matt says, Jaffe, I'm hell-bent for leather on Discord. I believe we're friends on there.
I'm sure we are, but it's not popping. I'll look, but it's on the list. We'll look at it. But again, I don't mean to be a dick. It's just this is what I've been dealing with constantly whenever. Well, I don't care, K-Nubs. K-Nub says it seems performative anger. It's not. It's not. It's genuine frustration. And here's how you know it's not performative, because I literally saved a story for you tonight. You may not have been here earlier because I care about you, K-Nubs. Chat or tech, did I or did I not say let's save that story for K-Nubs tonight on Madhouse?
Yeah.
I
love K-Nubs.
Goddamn right. Giuseppe, streaming does not stress me out. I love streaming. Love it. I'm just tired of the gaming culture is so toxic, man, that I try really hard to format the. You know what? You've heard it. I don't want to bore you, Giuseppe. When it comes, okay, no, I'm done. Tech, if there's anything in the chat that you think I should read, let me know. Otherwise, I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to look at it.
Jeff, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
There's this astrology thing. Can you take both your hands and put them like above your head?
No.
And then I want you to breathe in for 5 seconds.
That's not astrology.
Well, hold on. You haven't got to the astrology part. Are you breathing?
Sure.
All right. Yeah, I can watch your stream. I can see you're not moving your hands.
Just tell me what to do, idiot.
You breathe in, and then you drop the asshole, okay? Drop the asshole. Enjoy the chat. People love you. They're a fan. You're getting a little aggravated. I'm
only aggravated because I love this stuff, and they make it... like, why does he have to put the LMAO at the end? Ravnos has been a fan of the stream and a member of the stream forever. Why would he put LMAO at the end? It's just to piss me off, right?
No.
K-Nub says people only troll the ones they love, dummy. Shut up, K-Nubs, you son of a bitch. Okay.
Have you asked Ravenos how he feels about this?
Please, let's not get into this. Let's talk video games. Morgan says, Jaffe, have you ever played games with a flight stick? Only in the arcades. Only in the arcades. You may be reading into it too much, as Anna G. Right. That is why I'm going to have tech just look at it. That's why I'm going to have tech just look at it. I'm not going to look at it. But at this part of the show, we will just go to the chat. But in the meantime, speaking of a flight stick, I will show you. here's what I want to do very, very soon. I want to go to Dave and Buster's because there was a show recently. Let me show you guys this. And I don't mean to be cranky, but I'm just saying, look, the streets of the internet's a hard fucking place. Let me go to YouTube. But look how honest I am with you guys, because I'm going to show you my search history. I have nothing to hide. But if we go to my history on YouTube, I was watching this the other day. Where is this? There it is. K-Nubs Goosebumps. We're saving that for you for tonight. Where was this? It is an arcade show that I think was actually in Vegas. The Amusement Expo. Yeah. So the Amusement Expo was recent, and they went through it. It's really cool and stuff. But they have this game, Top Gun Maverick, and this reminds me of Morgan's question about flight sticks and stuff. It is it's a linked shooter that you can link up to 4 people, and it's exclusive right now to Dave and Buster's. It has motion, and I don't go to the arcades that much anymore because most of them are not great, but there is still that sort of big budget arcade machine that I think is worth looking at. There is a new arcade. I don't know if any of you guys have been, if you're San Diego natives. San Diego 2-floor arcade that opened next to Petco Park. Arcade Monsters. I want to go here. Look at this fucking thing. Let's take a virtual tour. They've got 3 floors. Let's see if they have one in San Diego. They have one, but let's go to the one in Florida. I want to see what it looks like. But I love arcades, man. And this one actually has a lot of retro arcades as well. Model K. Hang on.
Not available.
Like this one has a lot of retro games. So let's see if we can. Does this one have it? Here we go. Look. Now this is not the San Diego one. The San Diego one apparently is bigger. But man, start without audio. I don't care. I mean, good God. When's the last time you guys in the chat went to a fucking arcade? Oh my God, this is incredibly slow. Oh my God.
This is using a lot of your resources, Jeffy.
Ugh, fuck this. Kill that. Okay.
Gotta close those out.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Let's go to home. Look how pretty. Look at the carpet. Look at the car. Oh, I want to go tonight.
Does that bring you back?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes. Now, the arcades of my day didn't have the massive stuff but these do, like just standard arcade machines, which they have, and this carpet and the lighting. So I'll tell you what, $25 all day unlimited. When you and Sarah get into town, we are going to this place. I demand it. Unless you guys are afraid of, arcades.
I have no fears, Jeffy.
YouTube arcade. What's it called? Arcade Monster? What is this place called? Arcade Monsters. I spelled it wrong or whatever. Yeah, Arcade Monsters Tour. Here we go. See, I'll do IRL shit like this all goddamn day. Look at that. Look how beautiful that X-Men. And what I love about it is they don't just have the big games. They've got normal games, elevator action, retro games, and they've got the big new stuff as well. This may replace Dave & Buster's for me then. The question is, does this have some of the big ones like Dave & Buster's? Like, for example, that Maverick game is actually an exclusive right now for Dave & Buster's, but it's only for a few months. Look how beautiful this place is. This is a good idea. I mean, people have been trying to bring back arcades forever, but these guys seem to have some money. They've got a visual vision that ties all their different branches together. One's in the chat, not even once. Do a poll. Does the poll give a shit about going to arcades like this, or they don't give a fuck? They want to stay home and game only? Because this, to me, is exciting. This is incredibly exciting. And I don't want tickets. I don't want to redeem fucking tickets and shit. I just want to play some fucking games. And that's what this seems to be. It's not like redemption games. I don't think. I don't think. Look at that. There's the Star Wars arcade, the old school. A lot of these are straight from Japan. I don't even know what the fuck. I mean, that's Sonic and Mario at the Olympics, but it doesn't even look like it's localized, which is pretty
cool.
Goddamn right. Bop It. There's a Bop It game.
Bop It.
Love Bop It. Come on now. Oh my God, we're going. Is Sarah around right now, Tech?
She's asleep. She did not sleep all night.
Why?
Yesterday. She's making music.
Look at the Godzilla. Look at the Godzilla.
Little guitar.
I want you to show her this and ask her if she wants to go when you guys get into town. Look at the old Batman one.
Oh, she would love to. We were planning on going to an arcade before Vegas. There's a big one here downtown.
And it's $25 and you can play you can play until you leave, or I think it's 2 hours, or I don't know what it is, but you know.
Oh, that's way better.
I think it's $35 and you can play all day, but you can leave and come back. It's $25 if you come in and don't leave. And you can play all day, but once you leave, you have to pay to get back in. So depending on, it's a great thing for Comic-Con. This is going to be packed at Comic-Con. Maybe we'll do some IRL shit at Comic-Con this year, since you're going to be in town.
Hell yeah.
Look at this. Oh my God. What does the chat think? Do you guys give a shit about this stuff or no?
90% of the chat saying they love arcades.
All right. Well, ask them if they want us to do an IRL arcade tour.
Oh, we'll record it.
Who's that girl? What'd she do? Why does she want to come hang out? I don't know. I'm too old for you, lady. Nerf arcade. Ooh, look at the old ones. All right. Anyway, you get the idea. Beautiful. Okay. Last thing I want to say is this. Tech's going to start keeping track of it. I want to show you guys briefly a trailer, because we're going to start running a money-raising scandal gimmick. Shut up. We're going to do if in the first time we get in super chats or memberships combined. Where is my history? There is I'm going to show you, in fact, while I go pee, because I've already seen it. Oh, there's new Jaffe clips up. Oh, I have to look at that. I haven't seen that one.
You know who that is?
Is that not Maggot, or that's that guy? That's Mother's Ravioli or something.
I think that's Mother's Ravioli.
I haven't watched
Not
it yet.
certain, but I think that is.
I think it is, yeah. There is a documentary that's out, which I have, called Terabytes. And this is the trailer. It's all about video game horror. It'll cost you $30 if you buy the digital. I have it, and I will play the first part in the Discord in the next couple of days. We'll schedule a time that works for everyone. If we get, what do you think, Tech? For part 1, it's a 5-part documentary. Let me show the chat the trailer first. And then while I'm getting a Coke and I come back, let's decide what we should charge for this and see what they think is fair, if they're even interested. Are you guys ready? Tech, you ready?
I'm ready, chat. Are you ready, chat?
Here we go.
I think being scared makes you feel alive.
Horror games were like a bonding experience for me and my friends.
It makes you live this trauma.
Putting that through the horror lens, dialing it up to 11.
And of course, I always love the viscera.
I think I got killed.
Seeing decapitation, seeing heads exploding.
When I first saw it, I was like, oh my God.
I literally jumped up out of my seat and like slammed the pause button.
I think horror in video games kind of goes back to like the beginning of video games.
The explosion of the video game craze hit us in 1983.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty rough for back then.
Scariest game in the arcades. It was so good.
Will this popularity last is the question. Well, the makers of video games are gambling that it will.
The label survival horror came in '96.
Resident Evil, Biohazard. Oh, that's a scary game.
But then everyone tried to understand what was the precursor.
Now we were like, we really got to finish this thing. We were scared to death.
サイレントヒルっていう企画ができた時に、あ、このタイトルであれば僕はゲーム音楽っていうのを変える。
The publisher had to pull out of the contract, and we were like, okay, what do we do? What do we do?
It was a deeply emotional thing to write at the time.
You know, it felt like something that was made by people that are hurting.
I didn't think I was going to get choked up about this.
This is so much more than I realized it was going to be.
We're into this era of digital storytelling where we have the ability to inject some of that reactivity and that life back into things.
What if we break that rule? What happens if we do that?
Video games are causing violence, and I'm like, oh yeah? I'll show you.
They really like twisted the nipples of horror games.
Okay, we're doing something good there.
Talk about identifying what scares gamers the most.
I'm just like sitting by my friend going,
The emotional playing that you have is a first-person emotional response.
It causes me to feel that thrill or that fear or that light.
It's almost more frightening when you have hope.
これをできるだけ両方味わいたいというか。
Yeah, okay, there's a sweet spot there. Let's push on this one.
I love this. I want to see more of it.
Oh my God, I gotta get out, I gotta stay alive, I gotta get out, I gotta stay alive.
I mean, I think it's pretty simple.
we're going to scare ourselves to death.
Might as well go big or go home. Just make it ridiculous.
Come on now. How is that not the coolest goddamn thing? So that will be something that we watch over on the Discord. Assuming, what do you think, Tech? Where do we let's pop up a goal here?
Yeah, our goal was to achieve 10 gifted members at least 6 times, and then we'll run it. So probably next weekend.
So 60 gifted members
in total. Yeah. So like if we hit a day that does 10 gifted, cool. That counts towards the tracker. But 6 days total of getting at least 10 gifted for the morning streams.
All right. So okay, episodes 1 and 2 of Terabytes, right? Do we not care about super chats? We just want to do members then?
Just give the members. It's easier to track that way.
Okay. All right, there you go. And again, this is cumulative, so if it takes us a month to get there, it takes us a month, but it's really cool. Okay. And if we get 60, we'll watch the first 2 episodes of Terabytes. There you go. Okay.
The Discord, we'll all hang out. It'll be so fun.
And then we can chat. Okay, let's play some fucking games. We're going to start. I haven't played any of these, right? So they could be great. They could be bad. I usually like to play through them first, but in this case, I haven't. So we'll start with Baby Steps. I saw Baby Steps when it was shown at the PlayStation show a while back. I have absolutely no idea if it's good or not. I've been waiting for it for a while because I love the idea of it, but I don't really know. If you guys have played it, let me know. But
Anna G with 1 gifted member. Thank you,
hey,
Anna G.
Thank you, Anna G. We appreciate it, buddy.
9 more today, and we are successfully adding today to the tracker.
Well, wait, we're still gonna. Are you saying we don't add it otherwise?
We have to hit a successful day. 10 gifted.
That's confusing, but okay. I thought it was just a cumulative thing.
Well, Willie isn't here. Willie Farnsworth isn't here to critique.
Well, I think it's confusing. But wait, let me get that over here for a second.
6 successful morning streams.
All right. Well, then is my text correct, what I wrote up here, or no? Should it just be 0 out of 10 then? Because
I mean, do you want to do 60 just total? Fuck it, we can do 60 total.
That's easier for me to track. Okay, so.
All right, old man.
I mean, I get it because 60 seems impossible, right? That's your concern?
Well, it splits it up. Also, I don't know if Chad notices these morning streams. They don't do a lot of money. They don't do a lot of donations.
Yeah.
Sometimes Jaffe will stream for like 4 hours, 3 hours in the morning and make like $12. McDonald's employees in California are 6xing his income.
Yeah, then they'll be like, "Well, go work at McDonald's, Jaffe." I'm not complaining. Tech's complaining. I'm just playing games.
I'm complaining. I'm the money guy.
I know. Here we go. Baby steps. Baby steps to the whatever.
You're showing just your OBS still.
You can't see the game now?
Oh, now you saw on YouTube.
I should
You're
probably.
good.
Am I sharing my screen with you though, Tech? Let me make sure you can see.
Right now you're sharing OBS on YouTube or on Discord. Nina, thank you for the 1 gifted member. We appreciate it. Being oh so close.
Wait a minute. I'm a little confused. 1 second. So first off, Nina, thank you so much, buddy. Let's add that. So now we're at 2. Thank you very much.
Ravino says, well, that's because the lockout crowd sleeps until 4 p.m. Tech Protect.
Ravnos is
You're not here to donate yet.
Ravnos is wait. Okay, I have to open up Discord. 1 moment. Okay, so now okay. So I'm going to share I'm sharing the wrong screen with Tech, but not the audience. Okay, hang on.
No, the audience on YouTube can see baby steps.
I know. Now you should be able to see baby steps as well.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Controller recommended, by the way.
Yeah, I got it.
Nate!
Yeah.
That's what he was talking about.
Nate, buddy, family meeting, let's go.
Saturday.
Wait, what? What?
Not right now.
Oh, the kid from Stranger Things is in this.
You just want to throw him out of it? No, he's 35. I want him to have some kind of discipline. Nate, if you can hear my voice, I want you to come up here and having a family meeting.
Oh, God. Okay. Fuck. All right. This is literally what it looks like. I wonder if these rocks will mess up my
Pudding, huh? Oh, Jeff, have you set the audio to about 40%?
Oh, hang on.
That way you're not like drowned out. Oh, that's there you go. That's good.
I mean, I don't really know how to do this.
Deep breath. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're with Jim?
I'm Jim.
No, I'm Jim.
Yeah, no, you're Jim.
Just relax. Nothing to be ashamed of. Everybody falls. Let's get you on your feet.
I'm good. I'm good.
What's your name, son?
I'm Nate.
Nate. Good to meet you.
Yeah, it's just, what's this program called?
Program?
Like, what's the name of the camp or whatever?
Oh, it's not a camp.
Do my parents?
Oh, no. It's just a cave. But it's mysterious. Of course, you're full of questions.
I got it.
But before we get to that, there's just a few things I've got to explain.
Oh, that's okay. What? Can I go?
Go?
Like, if I leave, are you gonna stop me?
No.
Oh.
Of course not.
Okay, then I'm just gonna head out. It's nice to meet you. Ooh.
Okay.
See ya.
No questions.
Thank God. No tutorial. How do they get rid of this guy?
You go talk to the guy?
I want to see. Nope.
Can you kick him?
I can't do anything except walk right now.
Yeah, you got this.
I mean, it's funny, but it's boring. Like, this is not like a compelling mechanic. I get it. I get that it's like supposed to be funny. And it is, but oh my God, it's not fun to do this.
Joey says This is like Jaffe trying to go get snacks on Friday High Day.
You goddamn right it is. Joey Bag of Donuts. You goddamn right. Oh my god, let's go.
Shit.
Yeah, Octodad sprinted so this show could kind of tumble and toss itself forward.
I mean, it's funny, and again, I know I'm just at the first steps of it, but I don't know. It's like, let's go.
Oh shit.
Like, you tell me, Tech, you watch somebody play this, or you're like, oh, I want to play that?
And particularly for you, I think it's funny because you're going to get mad at not being able to complete stuff.
It's not that I can't. I'm just like, it's not satisfying.
Yeah.
Here, if I concentrate, I can. Here.
Sure.
Like
Good
my
Bag of Donuts is saying, thanks, Jaffe, for finally playing Death Stranding 2. We appreciate it.
There you go. You know, my ADD, this is kind of like a good ADD trainer, because it's like you have to concentrate, but it's so easy to get bored. All right, come on, Jaffe, let's go. Let's go fast.
Grassfed with $2 says, saving the rest of my super chats for Sid Meier.
Thank you, Grassfed. We appreciate it, buddy.
Grassfed.
I'm not gonna.
I'd
There's
beat
no
the
way
shit
I
out
would
of Sid
ever
Meier.
put Sid Meier. Not that he would even want to come on the show. I would never ask Sid Meier now after what Tech has said.
Nah, I'm bringing him on. I'm reaching out.
You can reach out if you want, but. Okay, so now I'm interested. This is interesting.
Gainem says, nah, this is definitely like robo-tripping on EXM.
I don't know what that
How
means.
you want.
Wait up, Nathan. Jim.
Yeah, no, I remember.
From the cave, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel like we got off on the wrong foot.
No,
Let's just cut straight to the good stuff. Come with me. Won't take a minute. Just very close.
Actually, I do have to. I gotta.
It's not a scam. I'm not going to charge you any money.
No, I
I'm not going to hurt you.
No,
I'm just trying to get you some shoes.
no, I.
Yeah, because of the bare feet.
I don't. Yeah, that's how I like it. I just do.
Just do feet.
Yeah, but is there maybe just toilet?
Toilet?
Yeah, I just need to pee.
How badly?
Just normal. Bad.
This is pretty far. I mean, I'm worried about your kidneys.
I've got strong kidneys.
Yeah, just go behind this bush. I'll wait.
This is the social anxiety
I
game
can
for
run
people.
away.
Pea shy.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you don't want me watching.
No, you can watch.
I guess I'll just catch up to you.
Okay.
Don't hold it in, Nate. It's not healthy.
Yeah, no.
Uru.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ooh.
No, uru. Like we say goodbye around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uru.
Yeah, like goodbye. Ooh.
Okay, that's pretty good. All right, come on.
What an outfit on this guy.
Well, he didn't expect to go on a journey.
Did he expect to be wearing that ever?
Yeah, he was at home just loafing. Remember, you didn't hear the opening cinematic brilliance where they said he's like 35 and he needs to get his shit together?
Who loafs around in the fucking like under attire of like the armor set from the Dune Awakening franchise?
I do.
Jaffe wears a velvet bathrobe.
Is that a duck?
He's not wearing blue jeans and a black Dickies shirt with a little pocket on the chest.
That's all I ever wear.
He's wearing a red velvet bathrobe and some like old New Balances.
Uh-huh.
Mama's the Bomb says, "What am I watching?" And Ravenous says, "Wait until you get to the, wait until his ass crack is all wet."
Does his ass crack get wet?
Probably. It seems like a narrative plot point this game would go for.
That seems like a game Ravnos would play.
Yeah, the Futanari Femboy High School game, or sorry, university. High school would make it creepy.
See, Ravnos is weird because Ravnos knows. I agree with Ravnos on 80% of things, but he pisses me off. He does it on purpose.
Taking too big of a step, Jaffe.
Well, now you've got me upset because I'm thinking about Ravnos.
You gotta take baby steps. You're doing it again.
All right. Fine.
Baby steps. Go to the right. That's a very big step.
It's not that. It's that. I wish it
Yes.
was. I wonder if I can do it with. I wonder if there's okay, hang on. Left foot. I wonder if I can do it. Yeah, you can. It's got to be button. See, I wish I could control it just with the sticks. Then it'd feel more intuitive. But it's the left stick having to control both legs is where it gets a little weird.
I see what you're talking about.
Because you're having to make your brain understand that the left stick is for both feet, but the left button and the right button are just for those feet. And so it's kind of a remapping of your...
oblongata. The flies sound like they're laughing at you.
No. I wonder if he'll come back into the TV world out of the TV transform, though. Like this adventure he will discover his true self.
Ravno says, Jaffe, I piss you off because you think every comment I make is an attack at you.
Yes.
I put LOL or LMAO at the end.
LMAO and LOL should be banned from the world. It's a cheeky little passive-aggressive horse of shit, and I hate it.
Facepalm emoji. Yeah, Da Vinci's right. He says Jaffe's sensitive is all.
I'm not sensitive.
Left Control says I prefer Kojima's Walking Sim much better.
Again, I'm sure it is, but let's put it this way. I don't think you're wrong, and I am interested to an extent in that game, but the amount of gameplay here that I've had so far, I probably would have had to have sat through about an hour and a half of cutscenes just to control the controller as much as I am right now. So I'll stick with this for the moment, but I have no doubt that it's a great game. I wonder if I can go up there. Well, that's ill-advised, but I'm going to try it anyway. Now, what if Peak was like this?
We should play Peak.
No, I don't want to play Peak. I want to play new games. We can
It's a
play
fun new
Peak.
game.
It is a good game, but this is work. We're trying to show people new things.
People would love Peak.
They saw Peak yesterday.
See it today.
Well,
I saw you yesterday.
I had different things to yell about yesterday. All my things today I'm yelling about and cranky about are new things. Again, I like Peak, but you know, ask the chat. I think they'd rather see new demos. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, you know, but ask them.
Hey, chat. It's me. Tech Protect here.
That's right.
Would you guys like to watch Jaffe play Peak? We have some ones in the chat.
Or give them an option.
No, just ones.
Yeah.
Twos of no.
Or continue playing new demos is 2. All I want to do is get to the top of the mountain, then I'll change demos, but... No, I'm not playing Peak. I don't even care. I'm not doing it. I did it yesterday. I have to do a show that I can sustain, and playing the same game every day is not that.
Has been wildly successful for many a YouTuber.
I know, but, you know,
Energy says 1. I didn't get to see it, so.
All right, well, depending on these demos, we may play it before we wrap up, but I also got to go to the car mechanic today, so I may not have time.
Oh, I also have to go to the car mechanic.
I hate doing chores.
Yeah.
This guy would have peed all over himself by now. All right, come on now.
Yep. Oh shit. Oh shit. Ugh.
He twerks like a champion, though.
Come on now.
Nina wants to know if when you get to the top of the mountain, see if you can fall off or jump off.
I want to see if I can pee at the top of the mountain.
Just go left, Jeff. There's stairs.
I know. I want to see if I can get my foot on that little thing though.
Drive by Joe says, "Buddy, kind of thick." With $5.
That was a Stoner Joe, or that was a Drive By Joe.
Drive by Joe.
Thank you, Drive By Joe. We appreciate it, buddy. He is kind of thick, but he might lose weight when he pees though. He's just got to get to the top of the mountain and pee. Come on, dude.
Lost my cup. What does it say? At the carnival.
Bring
to the fire tower.
Oh, if I can find it. Oh, it's kind of like a little... Oh, shit. Look at that guy down there. Yeah, right now I'm going up the hill. I'm not exploring shit right now.
Then you can grab with A. See a cup or something.
Yeah, I imagine there's... Okay. Let's go this way.
Drive by Joe with 1 gifted Jaffe
Thank you,
member.
bud. Hey, thank you, Drive By Joe. Let us update the title. That's the wrong thing to update, Jaffe. I don't think I seem... Now I feel bad that people think I seem cranky.
Cranky? You're always cranky.
I'm not always cranky. I'm a happy guy.
Little angry grandpa character.
You know what? No, I am not. I'm a very happy fellow. I'm just, you know... I don't know. Cranky's the wrong word.
Irritable?
No. Maybe... Maybe... Come on, man. Now I'm getting cranky. Get up the fucking mountain, you idiot.
Maybe rude?
No. Not rude. I'm the nicest guy on the internet.
Disrespectful.
No.
What word would you use? Those sound like the good words. The optimal words.
Frustrated.
Like sexually?
No.
Well, then.
Annoyed. Frustrated.
At what?
At just,
everything?
Oh, God, no. Most things I'm pretty good with. But, you know, the political landscape's pretty shit if you haven't noticed. So that is not fun. They're picking people up off the street without identifying themselves. That's pretty bad. Worried about that. And let's just say for the moment, I don't want to get political, but oh well, here we are. Let's just say for the moment, after, let's just say ICE is super successful, and then they're like, you know what, that worked pretty good. You know who else we don't like? Let's get rid of the trans folks. Let's get rid of the gay folks. Let's get rid of the Jews. Let's get rid of everybody that is, you know what I'm saying? That's what I worry about. That's why I'm, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, how, you know, look how little we're caring that people are being taken off the streets without the people who are taking them identifying themselves. Does everybody still really feel safe? Well, it's not going to happen to me or my loved ones. Well, it might. Because no one's rising up to speak up for the people being pulled off the streets that are here illegally.
And Rebutters in the chat says, I don't love anyone. I respect some of you. Usually, never tech. And Addy Pie says, Jaffe, why are you worried if nothing's going to happen to you?
Who said that?
Addy Pie.
Yeah, that's why I'm frustrated, because either he's trolling or he's an idiot. And if he's trolling, he's an idiot. And if he, I mean, seriously, what did I just say? See? Nope, I'm not taking the bait.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh! Ow!
No, 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 no. Come on now.
Hey, is this anybody's camp? Irish tea. Oh, slimy.
Oh no.
Ah.
I like this guy. I want to action.
hey,
I want to action figure this guy.
Is there anybody there? Oh.
The fuck's he drinking? A rock? What?
What a wonderful, splendid demo, Jaffe.
I might go back. Not today, but that's kind of fun. I kind of like that demo. Might go back and check shit out. Let's play Morbid Metal. See what that's about. What'd you think of that demo, Chad? Have you gotten more interested in buying that game and playing that game, or you think it looks rubbish? That's what I would like to know. It is kind of fun. It's kind of a fun little thing going on there. Brett Moore played this for the first time. So did Mario Sheaf.
Yeah. Kanub says, this guy looks like how every Jaffe fan that's never been on cam looks in my head.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Has
Talking about
Kanobs
the-
ever been on camera?
Yeah, with his fingers.
His fingers, that's right. Okay.
And I've seen his face. He's a handsome gentleman.
Yeah. Please do not give me a tutorial. I can figure it out. Let me just play.
The reviews say that the first 10 minutes of the game is like a short story with how much reading is involved.
This game?
Yeah, sorry, Jaffe.
Oh my god.
I made that up.
Good. Yeah, really? Should I hit X? God, I hate tutorials. They're so badly done.
Chat wants to know if you've played Phasmophobia and if you would be willing to play it some more in the future.
I've played it a little bit, and I would be very much willing to play it again. I'd like to learn about it, because I've never really gotten deep into it, but I like it a lot. I like what it's about.
Makes me nostalgic.
Begin with the dash, leap off, double jump. Okay.
What an elegant moveset you inherited.
Use
How
the
pleasing.
You had a dash at the end.
Yep. Control's great though.
Not as good as Warframe. I see what it's trying to do.
Are your combat systems online yet? Let's find out. You're a natural, of course. Your siblings stood no chance. Wonderful. How about some reflex tests?
It's pretty cool.
A beautiful evisceration.
It is his volume maxed out.
What happened?
You didn't change the volume settings, so you're blasting it.
Oh, well here.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Alright, how are you doing?
I am doing good. I'm about to go take the car in to get fixed, and that's pretty much my day. And then coming home and prepping for Madhouse. I'm excited.
okay.
I'm excited to see you. We were showing earlier an arcade that just opened in San Diego. I want to go to with you guys when you get into town.
Okay, cool.
It's
Like, what kind of-
It's a 2-floor arcade right next to Petco Park, and it's got retro games, but it's also got brand new games and games from Japan that haven't been localized, and skee ball and food, and it's very cool. It's very, very cool.
Okay, yeah, that's really fun.
Yay.
Ravenous wants to know how many miles on the old car.
That particular car, 160, 150, something like that, maybe.
Oh yeah, you don't drive.
Mm-mm. I mean, I do drive, but you know.
I don't know.
What does the chat think of this so far? I think this plays great.
Chad, let us know what you think of this so far.
It
I'm reaching out
stutters.
for you.
It stutters a little, but
Whoa! longtime fan of the show, Bud Crazy Psycho Circus says, "Hey everybody."
Hey, Bud. It's been ages. We haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, welcome back. Roboters says, my problem with all these games is there's no backgrounds, lots of empty space. So many games could use better art design or good art design.
There's no background? What do you mean?
Like, look into the horizon. It's like, it's the void.
I guess, but when I hear you, but if you're watching it, but that makes sense. I can tell you if you're playing it, you're not really paying attention to that, but at least I'm not.
I see what you mean.
Oh, look at this guy. I'm trying to trigger his parry move, but too late, too late, too late.
Bird creature. There you go. Solid death.
I need some fucking health, man. Wonder if this is like a rogue game, though. It's starting to feel like it might be. It's pretty good though. It plays great. It plays really good. But I do wonder if it's going to be a like multiple run game, or if it's like I'm not quite sure what the structure is, but elite heavy crushing crowds, blah blah blah. Oh, you can change character. Oh, you can shapeshift. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Well, can I get a little health before you do that? Okay, so it is a rogue game, that's clear, but let's see how they do the structure. Do I have, okay, so this is where it resets you. Okay, let's see. I should have put this on my C drive.
Taking a while, Jeff.
Well, it's not my solid state drive. I gotta get a. I have an external solid state drive, but I can never get it to load fast, so I just unhooked it. So this is my beefy drive is my D drive, but unfortunately, it's too slow, so it's taking forever. All right. Okay, so at least I don't have to go back through that training. So let's see.
Show no mercy, no hesitation.
Can I change? Oh, at least I have this guy. Okay.
Hello?
Me?
Did
What?
Oh, okay. You're just like frozen on my screen.
No. I was trying to do the dodge. I was trying to see if I could do the parry with this guy. Okay. Boost the damage of Blink Strike. All right, give me that.
Show me what you've learned.
Oh shit, my health is shit.
Anyone play Godfall? I don't know what that is.
Why? Is this similar?
I don't know. Ravenous is saying. But he wants to know if anyone played Godfall. Yeah, he says it sort of reminds me of Godfall.
Heals you for a percentage. Yep, give me that. Okay, I have no hit points, though. This is some bullshit right here. What's this do? Oh, thank God.
They are no match for my final creation.
All right. I'm done playing it, but that's pretty good. I like that. I don't know what's the chat think between that demo. Give me a rating on this demo. How interested are you? I'm going to wishlist this, and I'm going to play this some more. This is pretty good.
Let us know, chat. 1 out of 5. How do you feel about this demo?
Wish o listo to.
Are we doing Madhouse today, or are we doing Cabinet Games? What are we doing tonight?
We're doing Madhouse.
Okay.
In fact, that's pretty much all we got for today because I have to go take the car, and then after I take the car, I got to come home and prep the Madhouse. So, 1 second, fellas. Let me turn this game off so I can hear you. All right, so that has been Gabbin' and Games, the new format for, but I like that game. What was that? Metal, not a very good, memorable name. Hang on, what was it? Morbid Metal. I don't know if it's going to get samey because it has that problem with the rogue formula. But I like the world, the combat, the motion feels great. Definitely something I'll play to completion of the demo. I am starting to notice though, with all the demos that come out, and there's 20 demos a day, a lot of times because of my ADD, I get my fill, but that still feels pretty good. That's a pretty good feeling game. Like if that was an action adventure game, I certainly would sign up for it. I mean, it's kind of an interesting thing too about that, which is, you know, like I look at something like that Berserker game that I really did enjoy playing, the first Berserker, right? And it's almost like I don't know. I probably am. Hang on, the first Berserker. Let me bring it up. So I don't really know. if I don't know how much of this is just me and my ADD, probably quite a bit, maybe all of it. I don't know. But I wonder about that. The fact that for me, when I played this first Berserker game, which I really, really liked, I kind of got my fill, and now I have no interest in buying it, right? And because there's a million other demos to play. I wonder if I'm like in the really tiny, teeny minority on this, or other people are doing the same, because if you have Steam, you can just play demos all day. And you kind of get the gist of it. Like, do I really need to play another 30 hours of this game to understand what it is? I don't know. I mean, do you find yourself buying if you like a demo, or do you just go, all right, that was fun. I played that game, Nice Day for Fishing, loved the demo, thought I was going to buy it. And then I'm like, I get what it is. There's a million other demos to play. Is that a me thing, or is that an everybody thing?
Jaffe, we are in the minority, right? Because the majority of game consumers buy 2 to 4 video games a year.
Sure, but
I imagine you're buying what, like 20?
Well, no, but what I'm saying though is this is making me buy less video games. And so that majority that buys 2 to 4 games a year may also be like, oh no, once I got Steam, I actually buy a lot less games now, because I can play demos till the cows come home. If I find something I really like, I still can return it after 2 hours if I get my fill. I mean, Steam is so consumer friendly that I wonder actually if it doesn't, because why would I buy this game if I got the demo? And it's like to play more of it. I'm like, yeah, but I played like 3 hours of it. Do I really need more, or is it kind of the same fucking thing? And that's a game problem, right?
You wouldn't have that argument for Ball X Pit, right?
I don't. And in a lot of ways, a lot of that comes down to the games that are genuinely great games don't have that problem, that understand what they are. The games that try to be a narrative or a story or an adventure, they really get into a bit of a pickle, at least with me with this, because those games rely on consistently showing you new things and new systems to keep you engaged. Whereas a game like Ball Pit, or a game like, Marvel Snap, that game is fundamentally works without any of the narrative or any of the trappings or any of that. And you just want to keep having that same fun experience. It's not about completing anything for the most part. So I don't know. What does the chat say? I would be curious. Let's make this the last question for the chat before we wrap it up. But I would be very curious what their take is on this, because for me, it does kind of make me buy less and make me play less. Although I'm sure I would love a Nice Day for Fishing. There's absolutely no doubt that if I got that game, I would absolutely be happy with it. But I don't know, how much time would I really be spending on it? I don't know.
Yeah. What time's your mechanic thing?
Just whenever I get there.
You should get there, Jaffe.
Well, I am.
Chat's been wonderful. We appreciate you. Thank you for the beautiful donations. I think we're up to date with the gifted members, Jaffe. Can you confirm that's at 3?
We are at 3. Thank you guys for that. We will be back tonight at 6:30 with me, Tech Bunny Button, on Madhouse this evening. And thank you for the super chats, and thanks for hanging out. This is the new format of Gabbin' and Games. Hope you enjoy it. Hope we see you tomorrow. Or maybe I won't be as cranky. Maybe I will, but it's part of my charm. You love it. You know you do. Tech, say goodbye. We're out.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much. Mwah. Mooches.
Yeah, I know what they were. I didn't like them at all.
Sarah, say goodbye.
Bye, baby. I'll talk to you soon.